Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Agenda Ball on GRAFT TV. Super excited to have to my right, Kadim Pellington, Barcelona's finest. To my far left is Ikena, Mr. Stamford Bridge. And then also to my immediate left, Chevy, United's greatest, biggest defense guy. The Champions League is on the horizon, and I think that's the best place for us to start. I'm sorry if your team is not in the Champions League. I can't. It is. If your team is not in the Champions League, but your opinion is still valid, because winner of Champions League, what, 4 times, 3? I don't know, 2, 0.
The most recent winner, by the way.
5. No, nobody asked you that.
The most recent winner, by the way.
But yeah, I think the best place to start is I'm going to start from Ikena. Who do you think is your dark horse for the Champions League and your favorite, and why? You can't say Chelsea, by the way.
Okay, so guys, my dark horse for the Champions League. Everybody's gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm going crazy with this. But I think PSG is my dark horse for the Champions League this season. Everybody's overlooking them. No one's paying attention to what they're doing, and I like the plot. Mbappe winning it and then leaving to Madrid to win it again next year. So I kind of, I'm.
Wait, did you already give Madrid the Champions League of next year?
Have you seen what they're building there, bro?
They can't already give Real Madrid.
Have you seen what they're building there?
No, sorry. Carry on.
Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Hendrick. Come on, they're gonna win the next 3 Champions League.
This is Madrid's MO, bro.
So I'm thinking this year the winner is gonna be Man City.
Okay.
But my dark horse for the Champions League is PSG.
I'll go next.
Yeah.
I like the way you think because those are the exact same 2 teams I had in terms of the favorites. Why Man City is the favorites in my books. If you have the defending champions still in the competition at this stage of the competition, not only that, they're playing the same level of football that they played last season when they won the competition. Without bias, you still have to say Man City is the favorites. However, we do know that it is the Champions League.
Yeah.
This late in the competition, anything could happen. Now, it's also, in my view, ironic that we're going to pick a dark horse in the Champions League at the quarterfinal stage. Because this is the final 8 teams left in the competition.
Yeah.
So basically, it could go anyway. PSG, as I said before, similar to Ikena, they're my quote-unquote dark horse in the competition for the simple fact that no one is paying attention to them. They still are a good team. They still have Kylian Mbappe, who still wants to deliver the biggest silverware there is to win for the club before he departs, because of course we all know he is departing to Real Madrid come this summer.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I said by him.
Allegedly.
You should live in oblivion.
Yeah.
Because Kadim is secretly hoping
Yeah.
that Laporta is going to bring out
you guys know what I'm
€500,000 a
thinking?
week.
You guys know what I'm thinking? Bayern Munich is a big team, but now you have to actually think of them as a dark horse, because with what they're doing, the way they're performing in their league, you don't expect Bayern. I think they're going to have a hard time against Arsenal, which is weird to say, because I thought that match was done and dusted. But think about it.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I think it's I just feel like just because Bastos is not here, I just feel the need to say Bastos is probably watching this and he's just rolling his eyes. He's thinking, what? Favorites, not Real Madrid?
Yeah.
So for me, I would definitely say my favorites is Real Madrid. I think it's really hard to go back to back in the Champions League. I don't think this City team can do it. I think Real Madrid are going to take it personally because they just feel like the Champions League is their trophy. I think
It is.
I think with the new young guys that they have, fitness permitting, because I think that's what's going to kill Real Madrid this year if their players are not fit. But I think Militao is back, so that's good for them. And but I would say Real Madrid as favorites. Dark horse. Atletico.
Oh, God.
I know you were thinking I was gonna say Arsenal, but no. Their side of the bracket is not bad.
Yeah.
They play. I don't want to say anti-football because I respect when you can sit in, play narrow, tuck in, hit on the break.
I don't respect it.
So I'm not gonna like hate on that. You don't respect that. You want a trophy like that.
Never.
I'm talking about our 7-a-side team.
No.
This is one of the guys that came to me before the game, he's like, yo, GRAFT. He's like, yo, last time we played this guy, it was open.
So are you saying Madrid favorites?
Yeah,
Atletico dark horse.
Yeah, Atletico dark horse. I think their bracket is not
So
bad.
Kadim, what do you think?
Yeah, for dark horse, definitely, I'm going to say Barcelona. Because what people are not seeing is that with the quarterfinals route, it's basically the best thing that Barca could hope for, right?
That side of the draw.
PSG is going to be PSG, and
Yeah.
they're not good outside of Mbappe. So it's a case where Mbappe has to show up for PSG to win, and we've seen Mbappe vanish in big games before, right? But we've also seen him show up
big time,
right? For sure.
The biggest stage ever.
Exactly. So it's really up to Mbappe and Barcelona, right?
What happened the last time you guys played? PSG, Barcelona.
Yeah, he beat us, but we also had De Jong playing centre back, and it's not that Barcelona anymore, right?
So worse Barcelona.
Dark horse,
I would argue, yeah.
Barcelona, and favorites Man City, just because I see that they're the best team in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like, they're playing the best football.
They're the best. They're the deepest. They're the most healthy.
We can all agree that it's a Champions League, it's a quarterfinal stage, anything could basically happen. At the start of the season, I remember we did a video where Mo said the only team that he fears as an Arsenal fan in the Champions League was Bayern Munich. That's not the same feeling now.
No,
so we're making these predictions now, and come another month from now, it could be a totally different scenario depending on how the quarterfinal games do progress. But I'm pretty sure you're confident, even with that prediction at the start of the season, you will get past Bayern Munich.
I think what's making me confident about the Arsenal Bayern Munich tie is two things. One, I don't rate Thomas Tuchel for anything in this world.
He's a Champions League winner.
Yeah, and you know what? Di Stefano is also a Champions League winner.
Back-to-back Champions League finals.
The guy is shit, bro.
Look at the Champions League finals 2 years in a row. You can't be that. You can't be that shit. Come on. Give
Okay, look.
He has fallen off.
Look. Look at Bayern. Bayern had won how many Bundesligas in a row? What? Even last season when you won it, that thing was Dortmund literally handing them that title, bro. They did not want to win it. Thomas Tuchel is a finesse, bro. He's a broken clock is right twice in a day. And those are the two Champions League finals. Those are the two right times in a day. Please.
Won the league in France a lot of times.
Speaking about the Champions
Brother,
League and coaches that are at that level, what about the players that are at that level, especially the young players? Now we're talking about one Cole Palmer. Right?
Cold world.
We're talking about other young players who's been there for their teams, like
Is
Phil
it Jamaican?
Foden or a Saka, right? Is Cole Palmer now part of that conversation? Is he in the same group chat as a Saka?
First of all,
or Phil
you're
Foden?
not going to disrespect Cole Palmer like that. You can't say now.
I'm asking the questions, brother.
10 games into the season, he got in the conversation. He walked into that conversation and he's been there. And I know in that conversation is Cole Palmer, Saka, who, Foden, and who? Just three of them.
Yeah,
He's in that conversation and he's not last.
Are we
That's what I'm gonna say.
talking about English talents? Or are you talking about just like young talents around the
We're
world?
just about English talent.
Okay, English talents.
English talent, alright.
Okay.
Then for sure. I mean,
Wait, hold on. You know what he said? You know what he just said?
Oh.
He said he's in the chat and he's not the
He's
last.
not last. I'm telling you because.
in terms of Foden, Saka, Cole Palmer?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, this is
Let
my
me
follow
tell you.
this
If
guy.
we're talking about hold
This is my
on.
follow.
For people that watch football, right? Cole Palmer is a much pleasant watch than Bukayo Saka. You are never gonna see Saka anywhere else. I can always tell you where he's gonna be on the field. 89% of the time he's there. If the game doesn't work for Saka, it doesn't work for him. He doesn't know how to go and take the game by the balls.
What?
Cole Palmer can go. He can decide. Okay, this is what I need to affect the game. I'm gonna go there and go affect the game. Did you watch the game against Man? You saw it. You watched the game.
We
You
saw
saw when he was a central midfielder, always calling for the ball. I want it. You don't have that with Saka. Saka is very one-dimensional. I'm gonna beat the right back, the left back, and if I can't beat him, my day is a bad day. That's it.
One thing I think you can agree though, as all of us at the table, is that one thing we can expect from young players is that they're always going to be inconsistent. And this is why I don't get into that sort of conversation comparing young players, because we've seen it over and over again. Arsenal fans did hype up Saka. The hype did translate into him being a very good player, and deservedly so, right? He deserves it. My thing with Cole Palmer is it's too early for us to give him that hype, right? I think he's in the same group chat with Phil Foden or Saka, but we've seen where they've been doing it for several years now. They've been doing it consistently for a number of seasons. I'm not saying that he's not that caliber player. I'm just saying give him a bit more time for me to see how he progresses over time.
That's
so
fair.
He's in the chat. He's there. He has line of sight to the messages that are being sent in the chat. But Saka or Foden shouldn't feel obliged to respond to his messages.
They shouldn't feel obliged to respond. I get that because they've been there for a while. If not,
I just need to point something out. Just piggybacking on what Cordell just said. You remember Michu? Remember him?
Yeah.
You remember him?
You remember Januzaj?
Oh, Belgium, England, everybody wanted him. Bro, like, you remember, like, what's his name? The guy that played for Swansea that moved to Man City, the Ivorian guy, with Bonnie.
Winfred Bonnie.
Yeah. Like, bro, the point I'm trying to make is there are a lot of one-season wonders, be it injury or whatever the case may be. I don't think he's going to be a one-season wonder, but for you to just come here and start beating your chest because he wears blue and blue is the only thing you think about is ridiculous. Like Cordell said, I don't think he's in the chat here. I think he's just in a different class right now. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, we'll see what's going on. You know, do that thing. Saka started like what 80 something games for Arsenal in a row.
Yeah.
Like Phil Foden's played Champions League. Like his numbers have been progressively getting better.
Yeah.
And this off the back, he recently just scored a hat trick. Like
He's the only player to have scored 2 hat tricks this season.
yeah, and like I mean, this guy scored a hat trick against what do you call it? And don't get it wrong, I rate penalties. I think penalties is part of the game. But like when you look at, for example, Cole Palmer scored a hat trick against what do you call it? United, and then Foden scored a hat trick against United. Bro, 2 different hat tricks, man.
Yeah.
Like putting them to the sword. So I think it's definitely too
Well,
early.
also,
Too early.
let's talk about
too early.
I also believe that
early.
like, one of the hardest things to do is score 2 penalties
consistently.
Yeah. It makes
And
sense.
as well as
Consistently score penalties.
Yeah.
Saka has struggled with penalties at
He hasn't missed a penalty this season.
Not this season.
Not
And I'm
this
saying
season,
at some
but
point,
like,
this is Cole Palmer's first full season at that age, and he's carrying the team on his back. You know that boy has something.
But
I'm just telling you from the sample size. Let's not talk about achievements. Achievements, he's the last on that team. I'm telling you from the sample size, style of play, effect on the game. Phil Foden has more than one way to affect the game. If Phil Foden doesn't work from down the middle, he can switch. He's adaptable. Saka is the least adaptable on that list
Yeah,
from what we've seen this season.
But to cut you again, I'm also for inconsequential goals, right? And it almost seems that most of Cole Palmer's goals are inconsequential in hindsight, right?
Who
Whereas
posted that thing in the group chat?
Whereas
Was it Bastos?
Chelsea is still 10th, so it's as if the pressure is not there for him
Yeah.
to score. So once you put him in that pressure, which I've seen Saka before and I've seen Foden before, and Foden more than Saka, which is why I have Foden above Saka, right? Because we've seen Saka vanish at the end of the season last year.
A lot of games.
So it's a case where once that pressure is on, can Cole Palmer do it, right? And he's done it with like to win a game, to draw a game.
Against Man
But
City, his
when
old
we're
team.
talking about-
Against Manchester United, the team with the biggest name in England. He does it on the biggest stages.
Yeah,
it's not
I-
easy for a 20-year-old kid.
But it's back to what he said.
But
It's
that's going
inconsequential.
from 12 to 10. So if he doesn't do it, it's fine.
And I'd also like to point out that
Once we're talking about games that you're in second place, you know that, let's
The
say,
pressure
Man
is on.
City, Chelsea is in second. Both teams are 85
We
points,
are talking,
right?
yeah.
Can he score during that time?
We are talking about this as fans. These guys are players on the field. The way you're feeling like it's not consequential to them is not the way they feel right there on the field. You think when he stood for that penalty against Onana, he was thinking in his head, doesn't matter if I miss, we're going to be 12 anyways. There's a whole Stanford bridge. Sterling missed the penalty and you saw what happened to him. He's not being able to recover from that.
I don't think that's what Kadim is saying. He's not saying Cole Palmer doesn't care. He's just saying that he's not in the place where the pressure of 12 and second is different.
It's the same
No,
thing.
it's not.
The pressure
No,
you
it's
feel,
not.
the pressure you feel when you stand behind the penalty in front is just what is
Well,
everybody
that's
going to be
Harry
doing.
Kane.
That's where you lost me. That's where you lost
Oh,
me.
Lord.
That's where you lost me. That's
Ask
where you
Harry
lost me.
Kane if the penalty he took for England
Against France.
Against France.
it's the same as playing for Tottenham.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
not-
it's
it's
still a penalty, right? It's not the same thing.
Pressure.
Like
I
that.
feel like it's the same pressure.
No,
I'm
it's
taking
not.
penalty in the
It's not.
final and in the regular season game, and it's like I don't want to miss it.
And the last thing
Pressure is different.
I'm gonna say about this young player thing is I've always said this. I thought Saka, Foden, and Greenwood were always on the same level. And then you're making it seem like a bad thing that Saka is really good at being a right winger. Like, bro, everybody talks about Haaland being, oh my god, Haaland can only strike. It's not a disadvantage of the guy. So just because you're really good at something, and then the instruction is probably and the instruction is probably like, yo, hug the touchline and isolate the guy 1v1, and that's what you're expected to do game after game. It can't be a knock on the guy.
No one is saying
No one is
saying Saka is a bad player. I'm saying he's the least
I know you didn't say
he's
that.
the least adaptable player among all of them. There's a reason
This is
why
the guy that has played.
There's a
He
reason
played left back.
When I say he was a left back,
wing
you guys-
back. No, he's played growing up. He played left back, left wing back, left midfield,
the Saka
right
we know,
back,
the
right
Saka we
midfield.
know in the last 3 seasons. You look at the game, anytime in the game you see where he is. What I was trying to say is adaptability. If the game doesn't work
How
for
can you say
if
the man
put-
is not adaptable when growing up through the ranks he's playing so many different positions?
And he
They
didn't
used to
shine
call
until
Saka
he-
a left back before. They say he could never be
was.
anything more than a left back. Oh, surprise, surprise!
right now-
he's number 7
So
for
right
us
now you think you can play Saka as your false nine? He wouldn't be able to know.
No, I don't think he will be effective as the false nine because he's a winger. But you saying he's not adaptable is bullshit.
It's the fact though. It's like the way if I say you cannot play Haaland as a number 10, I am not wrong. It's facts. You can play Palmer as a false 9 winger, number 10, he'll be fine. You can do the same for Foden, he'll be fine. You can't do that for Saka.
Oh yeah, so he'll be fine. But which one is more effective?
What?
Like, what do you mean he'll be fine?
He will play. He'll give you 80%. He'll give you 80%. Left wing, center midfield, false 9. He'll give you 80%. Saka can give you 100% in left mid. You bring him here and he's giving you 40%. Because that's all he's used to is that side of the field.
Regardless of positions, regardless of which young player is our favorite young player, we did talk about pressured moments, and we do have a couple of pressured moments coming up at the end of the season. No more pressure faced by any football team apart from winning a trophy or outside of winning a trophy. Chelsea's still in it for a trophy. However,
Which one?
the FA Cup.
Don't play.
Yeah.
However,
My bad.
so probably Palmer would get his opportunity at one of those high-pressured penalty.
What, are they in the
Who
final?
knows? They're in the
No,
semis with.
semis.
Oh yeah, you're not talking about like they're in the final, bro.
But
You're not in any competition, and the one you're in, you're going to lose. So calm down.
We haven't lost yet.
Then why are you making it sound like we're not in any competition?
Bro,
We're in
because
the-
you want me to
we're
say
in
against
the
the final.
semi-final, bro.
Alright, get to the
Man City
final.
and Man, look who we're rubbing shoulders with.
Alright, get to the point.
Get to the point.
two of the teams that are talked about the most in these high-pressured moments are one team from Germany and another such team from England,
Can you
who
say
are
Britain?
trying to both win a treble. Let us first highlight that this is not the treble,
I was
because
going
when we
to
talk
pause
about
because
the
I was-
treble,
For sure.
we're talking about the Champions League included, right? So the next level
Treble
of a
Lite, Treble Lite.
the treble light.
Treble Lite. Let's call it Treble Lite.
Treble Lite.
Which team would it mean more for winning the treble? We're talking about Liverpool or Bayer Leverkusen.
For sure, it's Leverkusen. Like, Leverkusen is stigmatized in Germany of not winning anything. So the fact that they basically won the league, they've won the league, right? And they're in the final for the cup, and they're doing really well in the Europa League, right? And the fact that they've done this unbeaten, like, the pressure is enormous on them, and it's definitely better than Liverpool winning the league Europa, because Liverpool doesn't want to be in the Europa League. That's for one. They're not a Europa League team anymore, and it's almost embarrassing seeing them there. So it's for sure Leverkusen, 100%.
The next thing I'll add to that, Kadeem, because I'm 100% in agreement with you, you'd have to consider that the treble that Liverpool is up for does not just consist of the Champions League, but it also does not include the FA Cup.
FA Cup, yes.
So it would have been the Carabao Cup, the Europa League, and the league.
So Treble Lite for Liverpool.
It's
Yes.
not a treble, it's 2 trophies. It's just 3 trophies.
Yeah, the guy said it's Carabao Cup. But yo, you know what this just makes me realize? Bro, when United fans standing Carabao Cup last season,
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Trophy, now it's Treble Lite Lite.
Yeah.
Bro, the thing is just changing, bro. But hey, It's just my observation.
It's the agenda, right? In terms of Leverkusen and it being a bigger accomplishment for them, I've thought about the Bundesliga as being a monopoly.
Yeah,
like
sure.
that's
not what you said in the group chat.
That's Bayern's league.
That's not what you said in the group chat. What do you call it? What do you call it in the group chat?
Well, I don't know.
What do you call it in the group
I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about.
But I always tell people, the more you win something consecutively, is the closer you are to losing. And Leverkusen is right on time. And I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's a great. We should just put that tagline in there because
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Because
That's what I do, right? And
that's what you call it. That's what you call it.
And I'm gonna say the pressure is more on Liverpool because at this stage, whatever Leverkusen does, their fans are loving it.
Yes,
Right now, they've gone above and beyond what they planned to achieve.
For sure, yeah.
Right? If Klopp finishes second and loses the Europa League, it's a bad season for him.
All right, and here's where I will disagree with you because Klopp is seen as the darling of Liverpool.
We know that.
This is his last season.
Exactly.
He could do absolutely no
No,
wrong.
but that's the pressure. Jurgen Klopp cannot retire in a bad season. He has to. You're not after you announce that this is my last dance, you kind of have to show up.
But
You gotta hand over the Premier League, and if you don't, we know Europa League is. If he doesn't win the Europa League and he wins the Premier League, good season for him.
Yeah,
we love it. But if Arsenal somehow finds a way to top that league, or Man City, and he doesn't win the Europa League,
say that part again.
If Arsenal finds a way, that's why I need to say Arsenal. If they find a way, to make Saka play central midfield, and they can. But I'm just saying the pressure is more on Klopp because this is last season, and you gotta have to achieve. You want to live with that story that Klopp left on a high. He rode into the sunset. Not that he left the team. I don't know, the morale was down. We lost this final.
Klopp's going to Barcelona.
No, it's not going to work for years.
To be honest with you, I don't think we've ever seen a period in football where so many big teams are going to be in need of a coach. Potentially, United might need a new coach.
No. Ten have to stay, man. You guys have a bad team. You actually can't. You guys have a bad
potentially.
team.
And the
What are
reason
you talking about? Ten Hag bought his team himself. He came and bought his team from freaking Netherlands.
Can the United fans speak about United?
This is our agenda, brother. Go on.
And the reason I say that Ten Hag might be out of a job at the start of the next season is not because I want him out of a job, but it's because of the new structure that is being built at United. And once you have a new structure, the structure above you might want to employ their guy.
So you're saying you want Ten Hag to stay as a United fan?
As a United fan,
you want him to stay?
Yeah,
You like what's going on right now?
I don't like what's going on. But last season, I saw the residue of what my team could potentially develop into.
So you think he had a good team last season?
No, I don't think he had a good team last season.
Okay,
but I think he should be given another season to at least see what he can do next season under the new structure. Yeah. Arsenal fans wanted Arteta out in 2 seasons. He came 8th, and then challenged for the Champions League and came 5th. What if they fired him at that point? You would not have seen the success that Arsenal is seeing. No, not in terms of winning trophies, but the style of play on the field and the optimism moving forward.
The success right? When we win.
Bayern Munich is going to need a new coach. Barcelona is going to need a new coach. Potentially, Pochettino might not be at Chelsea, depending on how the season
we're gonna qualify.
They might need a new coach, right?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of teams out there looking for a new coach.
But
one of the 2 that already announced that indeed confirmed, sealed, written in the rocks that they're going to be looking for a new coach is Barcelona.
Come Hansi Flick. I'm for Hansi Flick.
You want Hansi Flick?
Yeah. Shit though.
No, it doesn't matter. He's proven. And was it Hansi Flick that won the treble at Bayern?
Yeah, against Real Madrid too. Well, you had Robin and Ribery.
It's easy to win again with that Bayern team.
Wait,
it's not always easy to win with a good team.
No, I'm saying with that Bayern team, playing Bayern and Madrid, especially in the Champions League, is not easy because you're playing against years of these guys are just it. Bayern might, you know what I mean? Bayern might be shit when it comes to Champions League, and the more you step on your turf, it's like this is Bayern.
So who do you think should be their next coach then?
Bayern Munich? I think they should bring back
Barcelona.
What's the guy in Amorim? Is that his name?
That's Liverpool, the guy that's linking Liverpool.
Amorim.
Oh, no.
The sporting
I
guy.
like the way he
Liverpool
plays
is linked
ball.
with the Sporting.
Yeah,
Sporting
that's-
guy, he
that's-
plays
yeah.
good football.
He came
and
out
I feel
yesterday.
like Barcelona needs like you don't need a functional coach. You need a coach who's gonna let
We
the
don't
guys
need another
express.
trying coach.
I'll
We don't need
play.
another trying coach.
Let me be the devil's advocate.
Oh boy.
I think the next Barcelona coach should be Mikel Arteta.
Alright.
Moving on.
Hear me out.
Kevin, easy, man.
It does have a little bit of self-interest sprinkled all over it because
I mean-
in order to be relevant, at least two teams has to be challenging for the league. Klopp has already announced that he's leaving England, right? This therefore means that over the next couple of seasons, potentially what we could see going for the title is Klopp versus Arteta.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
Arteta does not exist in the Premier League anymore, then all of a sudden United potentially could be relevant again in terms of challenging for the title.
Yeah, but-
Arteta is Spanish. He might want to go back home. Who knows? Just putting it out there.
Arteta is not going to leave this Arsenal team without achieving. He built
Without
this team.
achieving it.
He has suffered with this team, and now he's seeing the fruit of his labor. And when he can take him right out when that team needs maybe one more player to blow out the world.
Remember our guy Tunde at the start of the season, well, before the start of the season said, listen, if Arsenal does not win either the Champions League or the Premier League, bust.
Both, yeah.
What if Arteta feels the same way and think it's time for a new challenge?
Well,
Just saying.
Without
Well,
Not that I think it will happen.
The one thing
Just saying.
I'm going to throw in, and I'll let Kadim have the last say on this because he's the Barcelona fan. I think Barcelona next manager should be Unai Emery. I think he's had a couple big jobs. It hasn't worked out well for him. I think he's built up his stock again. I think going to Barcelona, they kind of need to play in transition a little bit. I think he might be a safe choice for them. They give him a 2-year contract.
He's going to be in the Champions League
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Aston Villa.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
would
yeah.
he leave?
Nah, because he's going to go to Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, I think it would be.
Tottenham is going to play Champions League.
I
Five
think.
teams.
I know. Fifth is going to be Tottenham. Tottenham's 6 right now.
Yeah, but Aston Villa is 4th right now.
Yeah, they're fourth.
Yeah, but the point difference is like 2 points.
But the thing is,
And they
I
have a
don't-
game, and Tottenham has 2 games in hand.
Game in hand is no points in hand.
2
but-
games in hand.
points on board, not game.
Fifth
Yeah.
place makes Champions League right now because of the success of Man City and Arsenal in the Champions League.
Arsenal, Liverpool,
Man
okay.
City,
Okay.
Aston Villa, Tottenham.
But what about you? Like, who?
Yeah, I don't see Unai Emery coming. I don't see him leaving Aston Villa at this time because he's doing so well.
He's
and-
on his level too. Just stay there.
Exactly, and he's shown that he's that type of coach because he was doing good at Villarreal as well. And any manager that has been in La Liga for like a little time, I'm not really for them, right? So I'll leave Unai Emery off the table. I'll leave Arteta off the table as well.
Hey, you can't get it, brother.
I don't want Arteta in the first place. I mean, Arteta's there. Arsenal, that's
Pochettino's
my
here.
team. Pochettino is a serial buckler. I don't want that guy on my club.
So who do
that's
you want,
why-
man?
That's why I said is either surprise, surprise, Xavi stays, or Hansi Flick.
Okay.
Hands of Flick.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been fun with that wild bombshell of Xavi staying, because I know what you said earlier about Xavi this season. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You've been joined with Stamford Bridge, Devil's Advocate,
Cole Palmer, Foden, Saka.
Chevy, myself, and Kadim Pellington.
Spotify can.
Spotify Camp, Wedding Camp.